Good morning. Here we are, day 3, the final day of the 2023 Summer Club Championships here in Gander. Getting ready to kick it off this Sunday morning with the girls' 9-10 100-meter IM final. In lane 1, we have Macy Butt from the Bluefins. In lane 2 is Paige Dobson of the Gators. In lane 3 is Ava Parsons of the Sea Lions. In lane 4 is Jessa Moss of the Bluefins. And in lane 5 is Alice McKenna Smith of the Bluefins. And here we go. We have a clean start, and it's Ava Parsons out to an early lead with the butterfly, followed closely behind by Jessa Moss and Paige Dobson. But it's Ava Parsons who's going to touch the wall first as she heads into the backstroke, followed shortly behind by Jessa Moss and Paige Dobson. Ava Parsons gaining space between her and the other swimmers, and now it looks like Paige Dobson has overtaken Jessa Moss for second place here now. As Ava touches the wall, gets ready to move into her breaststroke. Ava is less than a second off the summer champ record held by Morgan Hanrahan in 1998 with a time of 1:35.10. Ava has a time of 1:36. Ava has a growing lead here now as she moves into the breast, and she's getting ready to touch the wall to follow into the free as Paige Dobson is in second place battling it out with Jessa Moss. But this is going to be Ava Parsons' race here now. It's just a matter now, can she beat the record? As Ava Parsons head back up the pool. She's halfway up the pool before anybody even touches the wall to head back. And it's Ava Parsons cruising to a first place victory in the 100-meter IM. And now it's a battle for second between Paige Dobson and Jessie Moss. And it looks like it's going to be Paige Dobson who may edge out Jessa Moss by a half a length. As we watch Alice McKenna Smith come down to finish fourth, followed by a Macy Butt of the Bluefins. But again, it's going to be very interesting to see if Ava Parsons can beat a record that was set back 25 years ago by Morgan Hanrahan, also a Sea Lion. And again, a very challenging race, the IM. Four laps, 4 different strokes as we watch Macy Butt. Again, this is the part that we miss of watching teammates cheer her on and try to encourage her to finish. And I really hope that we can find a way to get our swimmers back on the deck to cheer our teammates on, as it's a nice atmosphere upstairs, but it's just not the same for those swimmers. All right, event 40, boys 9-10, 100-meter IM. In lane 1 is Carson Vokey of the Wave Runners. In lane 2 is Henry Wellman of the Bluefins. In lane 3 is Mason Ackerman of the Sea Lions. In lane 4 is Ethan Carter of the Bluefins. In lane 5 is Charlie Tobin of the Marlins. And in lane 6 is Nicholas Dawson of the Bay Roberts Sea Lions. Oh, yeah. This record was set back in 1988 by Dion Regular at a time of 1:38.39. The fastest seed time coming in is by Mason Ackerman with a time of 2:02.01. So unless one of these swimmers has the swim of their life, I think this record is safe for another year. And we have a clean start. And it looks like it is Mason Ackerman coming out to an early lead ahead of Henry Wellman and Ethan Carter. And it's Mason Ackerman in lane number 3. Moving up as he touches the wall to move into his back. Followed behind him is Henry Wellman. and Ethan Carter. Right there is Charlie Tobin and Nicholas Dawson as well, followed behind by Carson Vokey, but it's Mason Ackerman now trying to gain a little bit of space between him and the rest of the field as he's in his backstroke now. And he has about a two body length lead there now. But as I said yesterday, there's many races won and lost on the breaststroke. Mason touches the wall, moves into the breaststroke. And it looks like Nicholas Dawson has made a push as well. And he's moved, touches the walls. And in fourth place right now is where Nicholas is. But he's right there in the field as we got three swimmers there now battling it out for second place. But it's Mason Ackerman who's well ahead of the field here now. He's going to touch the wall soon and move into his free. And it looks like Nicholas Dawson has moved into second place over here in lane number 6. Slightly ahead of Henry Wellman and Ethan Carter, but it's Mason Ackerman making this swim look easy. And it's far from easy. This is going to be Mason Ackerman's day, and now it's Nicholas Dawson. Nicholas Dawson is fighting it out now with Henry Wellman for second place. And it's Nicholas Dawson. Mason Ackerman touches the wall, finishes first. But Nicholas Dawson looks like Nicholas Dawson touches the wall second. We have a Bay Robert Sea Lion first, second, and now it's a battle for third place, and it looks like it's going to be Henry Wellman edging out Ethan Carter. Followed behind him is Charlie Tobin. And here comes Carson Vokey finishing off with the freestyle. Now we'll get ready for the girls 11-12 100-meter IM. In lane 1 is Carice Power of the Gators. In lane 2, Haven McHugh of the Bay Robert Sea Lions. Lane 3 is Addison Wells of the Wave Runners. Lane 4 is Carly Chapman of the Bluefins. Lane 5 is Ava Langdon of the Gators. And in lane 6 is Leah Butler of the Wave Runners. Again, a girls 11-12 100-meter IM final. And the record for this swim was set back in 1997 by Ashley Drover at a time of 1:23:24. Our fastest seed time going in is Addison Wells at a time of 1:39:07. And here we go, girls 11-12 100-meter IM. And we have a clean start, and it looks like it is lane number 3 of Addison Wells. But Haven McHugh and Carly Chapman are right there with her. And we have a three-way heat here right now at the moment as all three pretty much touch the wall at the same time, and they move into their backstroke. And it's Haven McHugh, Addison Wells, and Carly Chapman all battling it out for first place here. Now it looks like Addison Wells may have a slight edge here right now. But again, it's keeping it close. And it's Addison Wells going to touch the wall first. Looks like it's going to be Haven McHugh, followed shortly behind by Carly Chapman. Ava Langdon is right there as well. Followed behind by Carice Power and Leah Butler. Here we go. It's the breaststroke, which have changed many leads here, and it looks like Haven McHugh is trying to put on a push to get some gain some ground on Addison Wells, but Addison Wells is having a very strong breaststroke here. But we still have a battle now for second place here between Haven McHugh and Carly Chapman. As Addison Wells touches the wall, she's going to start heading back up the pool in her final 25 meters of the free. But now it's a battle for second. As this is Addison Wells now. Now it's Haven McHugh and Carly Chapman. Going stroke for stroke here. They're side by side. Looks like Carly Chapman may have a slight edge here right now. But it's Addison Wells touching the wall first. Looks like Carly Chapman has gained a little bit of distance in the last 15 meters to touch the wall second, just ahead of Haven McHugh of the Bay Roberts Sea Lions. Ava Langdon touches the wall fourth. And now we have a battle between Carice Power and Leah Butler, and it looks like it was Leah Butler who edged out Carice Power. Now we move on to event 42, boys 11-12, 100-meter IM. In lane 1 is Alex London of the Wave Runners. In lane 2 is Neil Hardy of the Sea Lions. In lane 3 is Hayden Vokey of the Wave Runners. Lane number 4 is Caleb Whalen of the Bluefins. Lane 5 is Sam Morrissey of the Sea Lions. And in lane 6 is Hudson Pilgrim of the Sea Lions. This record was set back in 1992 by Michael Hogan at a time of 1:22:31. Our fastest seed time coming into today's race is 1:38.75 by Hayden Vokey. And we have a false start. So it looks like the swimmers are going to have to reset and start all over again. Here we go. The swimmers are back up on the deck, and it looks like it was Neil Hardy who may have jumped the gun here a little early. Here we go to reset again. Nobody wants to give another swimmer an edge. And now it looks like it is a lane number 3, which is Hayden Vokey, who's in first. Looks like it is Sam Morrissey right there with him now. All swimmers are right in this heat now. It's Hayden Vokey who's going to touch the wall first, but it's Sam Morrissey, Caleb Whalen, Hudson Pilgrim. They're all right there. Neil Hardy, Alex London. Nobody's giving anybody much space here. It is Hayden Vokey in first. It looks like it's Caleb Whalen in second. Sam Morrissey is right there as well, followed by Hudson Pilgrim, Neil Hardy, and Alex London. But there's nobody out of this race yet as we move into the breaststroke. And here we go. It is Hayden Vokey, followed by Caleb Whalen. We know Neil Hardy has a very strong breaststroke. Hudson Pilgrim is moving up the pool as well. As is Hudson now in second, or third. But it looks like Neil is making tremendous ground here. Starting to put a push on now for second place as looks like he's caught up to Caleb Whalen. Can he make the space up between him and Hayden? But it's Hayden Vokey, followed right behind by Caleb Whalen and Neil Hardy. Hudson Pilgrim, Sam Morrissey, Alex London. It looks like Hayden Vokey with a very strong free is going to take first place, but can Neil Hardy catch Caleb Whalen? I don't think he can, as much as he tried in the breaststroke with a very strong breast to gain some ground. It's going to be Caleb Whalen touching the wall slightly ahead of Neil Hardy, followed by Hudson Pilgrim, Alex London, and Sam Morrissey. Now we move on to the girls 13-14 100-meter IM. In the lane number 1 is Jordan Dobson of the Ganfalls Windsor Gators. Lane 2 is Georgia Elliott of the Bluefins. In lane 3 is Hannah Dawson of the Sea Lions. Lane 4 is Olivia French of the Sea Lions. In lane 5 is Emma Millie of the Bluefins. And in lane 6 is Janie Linfield of the Gators. The record for this was set back in 2002 by Courtney Sparks at a time of 1:18:32. Hannah's time going in is a time of 1:22:44. She's 4 seconds off, which is 1 second off of each stroke, basically, at the end of the day. So gunning for a provincial record in this swim is not out of the realm of possibility for Hannah Dawson. But again, there's 6 swimmers, and anybody could have the swim of their life today. Here we go, girls 13-14 100-meter IM. And they're in the water, and it looks like out of the water first it is Georgia Elliott, Olivia French, and Hannah Dawson. And it's Georgia Elliott going to touch the wall first, slightly ahead of Hannah Dawson and Olivia French. Right behind them is Emma Millie, Janie Linfield, and Jordan Dobson. But it's Georgia Elliott now. But Hannah Dawson is catching up to her on the back. And it's Hannah Dawson now has surpassed Georgia Elliott here now, and Olivia French is right there as well. We have a 3-way race here for the final. Here we go. This is the breast. This is where we see races won and lost, and it's Hannah Dawson in first place. Georgia Elliott in second, Olivia French in third. Followed behind them is Emma Millie, Janie Linfield, and Jordan Dobson. But it's Hannah Dawson who has the lead here now. Gained a little bit of ground over Georgia Elliott. But we've seen Georgia swim to free. She's a very strong swimmer, and it's Hannah Dawson touches the wall slightly ahead of Georgia Elliott. Olivia French touches the wall. We're down to the final 25 meters, and it's Hannah Dawson putting on the push. And it's Hannah Dawson keeps the space between her and Georgia Elliott, and it looks like it's Olivia French who's putting on a push, but she's not going to be able to catch Georgia, and it's Georgia second, Olivia third. Followed up by Emma Millie. No, it looks like Janie. Nope. Emma Millie finishes ahead of Jordan Dobson and Janie Linfield. Now we move on to the boys. 13-14 100-meter IM finals. In lane 1 is Jackson Haggett of the Gators. In lane 2 is Austin Morgan of the Sea Lions. In lane 3 is Nathan Dean of the Wave Runners. In lane number 4 is Ashton Hurley of the Sea Lions. Lane number 5 is Rylan White of the Bluefins. And in lane number 6 is Caden Ives of the Wave Runners. The record for this swim was set back in 2014 by McCall Riles of a time of 1:13.85. Nathan Dean has the fastest seed time coming in at 1:20.52. And here we go, and it looks like it's a clean start, and it looks like it is Nathan Dean, who's in first place right now, followed shortly behind by Austin Morgan and Ashton Hurley, but it's Nathan Dean touching the wall first. Nathan Dean into the backstroke. Being chased by the Sea Lions on both sides of him right now of Austin Morgan and Ashton Hurley. Right alongside of Ashton is Rylan White as well. Nathan Dean touches the wall, moves into the breast. In lane number 2 is Austin Morgan, who's putting on a push here. But it's Nathan Dean in first. Austin Morgan second. Ashton Hurley third. Followed up by Rylan White, Jackson Haggett, and Caden Ives. And it's Nathan Dean. Looks like Nathan Dean is going to take this race, but there's two sea lions on his tail. And it's a battle now for second between Ashton Hurley and Austin Morgan. And it is Nathan Dean. It looks like it was Austin Morgan touches the wall slightly ahead of Ashton Hurley. Followed up right behind is Ryland White, Cade Knives, Jackson Haggett. Now we move on to event 45, girls 15-16, 100-meter IM. In lane number 1 is Kaylee Flynn of the Bay Roberts Sea Lions. Lane 2 is Julia Dawson of the Bay Roberts Sea Lions. Lane number 3 is Haley Ralph of the Grand Bank Sharks. Lane 4 is Marissa Dawson of the Sea Lions. Lane 5 is Caitlin Morgan of the Bluefins. Lane 6 is Hannah Chapman of the Bluefins. The record here was set back in 2000 by Ashley Drover at a time of 1:17.44. The fastest sea time is Haley Ralph at a time of 1:28.62. But what's interesting here is we have 6 swimmers that are all separated by less than 4 seconds. So this should be an extremely close race. Being around the swim team circuit, we know all these girls now because Kaylee has swam against most of these since she's been about 6 or 7 years old. So there's a friendly competition out on the deck, I'm sure. There's 3 sea lions out there. But some stiff competition as all six swimmers are fantastic at this event. Here we go. We got a clean start. And as expected, all swimmers are right there together. It looks like Julia Dawson has a slight lead now over Haley Ralph and Marissa Dawson. Kaylee Flynn is right there as well. It's Julia, Haley, Marissa, Kaylee touches the wall. It's ahead of Caitlin Morgan and Hannah Chapman. But it's Julia Dawson who's trying to gain some space between the rest of the field. And it's Julia Dawson. Marissa Dawson now looks like she's catching up to Haley Ralph. Kaylee is trying to hang on to 4th place there, trying to keep into this race as she has a decent breaststroke. And it's Julia, Haley, Marissa, Kaylee, Caitlin Morgan. Here we go. It is Julia Dawson hanging on to that lead. As slim as it is. Kaylee's trying to gain some ground, which she is in the breast. But all 5 of these swimmers are extremely strong on the free. And here we go. It's Julia, Haley, Marissa, Kaylee. It's Julia. Looks like Marissa is pounding her way through the water as well. Looks like Marissa has just overtaken Julia. And it's going to be a close race, but it looks like it may have been Marissa slightly ahead of Julia over Haley Ralph. Kaylee touches the wall next, followed behind by Caitlin Morgan. But as expected, a very close race between Julia, Haley, Marissa, and Kaylee was right there as well. Now we move on to event 46, boys 15-16, 100-meter IM. In lane number 1 is Chase Morgan of the Sea Lions. In lane 2 is Cameron Saunders of the Bluefins. Lane 3 is Charlie Seymour of the Sea Lions. Lane 4 is Noah Dawson of the Sea Lions. Lane 5 is Wesley Carter of the Gators. And in lane number 6 is Philip Olford of the Gators. And the record set here is back in 2016 by McCall Riles of a time of 1:09.66. Our fastest sea time going in is 1:19.19. But again, this is another race that is separated by less than 3 seconds between all 6 swimmers. So this should be another fantastic close race here. 3 seconds separates 6 swimmers from yesterday. So who has the endurance to go 4 laps? And give that slight extra push. And here we go. And it looks like it is a lane number 1 right now of Chase Morgan. But all 6 swimmers are going to touch the wall pretty much the same time. It looks like it might be Cameron Saunders slightly ahead of Charlie Seymour and Noah Dawson. But here we go. Again, there's all 6 swimmers are right there together right now. And it looks like Charlie Seymour may have overtaken Cameron Saunders. And it's Charlie Seymour, Cameron Saunders, Chase Morgan. And as Charlie touches the wall first, slightly ahead of Chase. Cameron Saunders is right there as well. Philip Olford, Noah Dawson, Wesley Carter. It's still anybody's race here right now. Charlie has the slightest of leads now over Cameron Saunders. And Chase is right there as well. And it looks like Chase may have overtaken Cameron for second. But here we go. We got 3 swimmers who are going to battle it out here for the final. And it is Cameron, Charlie, and Chase. It's Charlie and Cameron who have separated themselves a little bit here. And Charlie is digging deep. And is this going to be Charlie? Charlie Seymour is going to touch the wall slightly ahead of Cameron, who touches slightly ahead of Chase. Noah Dawson is next, followed by Philip Olford and Wesley Carter. But again, a great race by all swimmers involved. But Charlie just had that extra push in the last 10 meters. Here we go, girls, 17-1800 meter IM. In lane number 1 is Olivia Dyke of the Bay Roberts Sea Lions. In lane 2 is Jenna Olford of the Gators. Lane 3 is Lily Saunders of the Bluefins. Lane 4 is Clara Bombas of the Grand Falls Windsor Gators. Lane 5 is Sienna Chapman of the Bluefins. And in lane number 6 is Jessica Mercer of the Sea Lions. This record was set back in 2003 by Ashley Drover at a time of 1:14:47. Our fastest sea time going in today is by Lily Saunders at a time of 1:23:97. And here we go. We have a clean start. And it looks like it is lanes 1, 2, and 3 of Olivia Dyke, Jenna Olford, and Lily Saunders.
Go, Lily!
And it looks like it is lane 3 of Lily Saunders touching the wall slightly ahead of Jenna Olford right now and Olivia Dyke.
Go, Lily!
But it's Lily Saunders hanging on to her lead, but Jenna Olford is putting on a push. So is Olivia Dyke. Jessica Mercer is starting to make a move now, too, in the back. Is making a strong push here now. Followed right there by Clara Bombas, Sienna Chapman, all strong swimmers in this heat. And it is Lily Saunders, Jenna Olford, Olivia Dyke, Clara Bombas, Jessica Mercer, and Sienna Chapman, all right there. But Lily Saunders is starting to separate herself a little bit with a strong breaststroke. But now it looks like it's Olivia Dyke who may have moved into second place here, slightly ahead of Jenna Olford and Claire Bombas. But again, it's going to be a battle. Lily Saunders. Looks like it's going to be Lily, but there's 3 swimmers here now battling for second place. Looks like it's Lily Saunders who's going to touch the wall first. Looks like now it's Claire Bombas is going to move into second. Followed up by Jenna Olford. Sienna Chapman with a strong free. Finishes slightly ahead of Olivia Dyke and Jessica Mercer. Now as we move on to boys 17-1800 meter IM. 2 swimmers, 2 very strong swimmers, and Mika Groth of the Bluefins and Adam Dawson of the Sea Lions. Well, the one thing we know for certain is we have a Sea Lion going to finish first or second. But I'm sure Adam wants one thing. That's first place. But he got stiff competition of Micah Groth, who's a big, strong swimmer. And here we go. They're in the water. And as of right now, it looks like Mika Groth comes out of the water slightly ahead of Adam Dawson. But again, it's strength of different strokes here now as at the end of the day. So Mika touches the wall first, slightly ahead of Adam as they move into the back. And it's Mika hanging on to his lead. Adam is making some ground up in the backstroke. It's very close here. There's less than a body length apart from both. Mika touches the wall just ahead of Adam. Now they move into the breaststroke. Who has the stronger breaststroke here? And it looks like Mika Groth there is gaining a little bit of ground on Adam. As those powerful arms push the water away and propel him forward. And he touches the wall ahead of Adam Dawson, and it's going to be Mika Groth. Moves into the free. And it's a Mika Groth as Adam Dawson is trying to push forward here to catch him, but don't think it's going to happen as Mika Groth is going to touch the wall first. Adam Dawson second. And guess what? Adam's second overall in the province in boys 17, 1800 meter IM. Great job. That's a banner or a trophy for the wall there as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, we're getting ready now to move into event 59. Girls 8 and under, 25 meter breaststroke. Give the judges some time to get into position. Here we go. Girls 8 and under, 25 meter breaststroke. A little bit of a mix up here on the game sheet versus what's here. I think it's Hannah Horwood in lane number 1. Followed by Penelope Locke, Bobby Lever, Charlotte Pike, and Bryn Osmond And it looks like it is lane number 4, which is Charlotte Pike, who's in first place. I hope it's Charlotte Pike. It's a Maryland, so it's Charlotte Pike touching the wall first, just ahead of Hannah Horwood. And now it's a battle for third between Bobby Lever and Charlotte Pike. And it looks like it was Charlotte or Bobby Lever just ahead of Charlotte Pike.
I don't know. I don't think.
All right. Moving on to the next heat here. Heat 3, girls 800 25-meter breaststroke. Lane 1 from the Sea Lions, we have Autumn Smith. Lane 2, the Grand Bank Sharks, Bryn Follett. Lane 3 from the Bluefins, Ava Harris. Lane 4 from the Bluefins, Olivia Rice. Lane 5 from the Sea Lions, Emma Barker. Lane 6 from the Sea Lions, Reese French. All right, they're hopping up now. Ready to go?
My brother down on the deck. No, he's not.
And they're off. Good start there. Very close race here so far. Lane 1 here. Looks like they're pulling ahead. Autumn Smith pulling ahead. Close after by lanes 3, 4, 5, and 6. Just passing the flags now. Finishing to the wall first, we have Autumn Smith in lane 1. Looks like we have lane 5 next, followed by lane 6, 3, then 4. Great swim. All right, moving on to the last heat of the girls 8 and under 25-meter breaststroke. Heat 4 in lane 1 from the Bluefins, we have Grace Smith. Lane 2 from the Sea Lions, Kiva Delaney. Lane 3 from the Bluefins, we have Violet Razzle. Lane 4 from the Bluefins, we have Kennedy Butt. Lane 5 from the Piranhas, we have Ali Ball. And lane 6 from the Bluefins, we have Mackenzie Welshman. It'll just be a couple minutes here. Again, this is the last heat, heat 4 of the girls 8 and under 25-meter breaststroke. Lane 1 from the Bluefins, Grace Smith. Lane 2 from the Sea Lions, Kiva Delaney. Lane 3 from the Bluefins, Violet Razzle. Lane 4 from the Bluefins, Kennedy Butt. Lane 5 from the Piranhas, Ali Ball, and lane 6 from the Bluefins, we have Mackenzie Welshman. Alright, they're hopping up now, getting ready to go. And they're off. There you go, good start from all swimmers. Pulling ahead there looks like lane 2. Kiva Delaney. Violet following shortly behind her. She's catching up. Violet Raz to lane 3. Also lane 1, Grace Smith catching up as well. And lane 4, Candy Butt. Followed by Ali Ball and Mackenzie Welshman. Finished 2 out first. Lane 3, then 2, 4, then 1. Followed shortly after by lane 5 and 6. Alright, great swim. Again, these results are unofficial, so just a reminder. Alright, moving into our event 60, boys 8 and under, 25 meter breaststroke. Record holder for this event is Riley Mercer, set in 2012 with a time of 24:60. Starting off with our first heat, Heat 1. Lane 1 from the Sea Lions, we have Nate Bartlett. Lane 2 from the Bluefins, Landon Newberry. Lane 3 from the Bluefins, Riley Crombie. Lane 4 from the Wave Runners, Gage Butler. Lane 5 from the Bluefins, we have Griffin Sims. And they're off. Pulling ahead there looks like lane 1, Nate Bartlett. Lane 3 catching up there. So is lane 4. Alright, closing in on the wall now. Looks like we got lane 3 finishing first there. Riley Crombie. Followed by lane 1 and 4. Followed shortly after by lanes 2 and 5. Closing in on the wall now. Lane 2, Landon Newberry. Nice finish. Followed by Griffin Sims closing in on the wall now. Great finish. Alright. Moving on to our next heat of the boys 8 and under 25 meter breaststroke. Heat 2. Lane 1 from the Bluefins, we have Mason Call. Lane 2 from the Piranhas, Wes Davington. Lane 3 from the Wave Runners, Nicholas Dean. Lane 4 from the Sea Lions, Jace Marsh. Lane 5 from the Sea Lions, Micah Morgan. And lane 6 from the Sea Lions, Nate Colburn. It's the last heat for the boys 8 and under breaststroke. Alright, they're hopping up now. And they're off. Great start. Lane 2 and 3. Very close battle there for first and second, followed closely behind by lanes 1, 4 and 5, and 6. I think we got lane 2 pulling ahead here. West Davington closing in on the wall now. We have West Davington followed by lane 3, then 4, then 5. Then finishing we got lane 1 and followed after lane 6. Great swim. Moving on to our next event, event 61, girls 9-10, 50-meter breaststroke. Timer's going to move to the other end now, so we'll have a minute. The record holder for this event is Allison Thomas, set in 2012 with a time of 47:78. First heat here, we have in lane 1 from the Wave Runners, Willow Hackett Allen. Lane 2 from the Wave Runners, Meredith Oak. Lane 3 from the Sea Lions, Dia Hopkins. Lane 4 from the Wave Runners, Brooke Hoskins. And lane 5 from the Marlins, we have Hazel Goulding. Alright, they're hopping up now. And they're off. Pulling ahead there, looks like we got lane 3. Dia Hopkins pulling ahead, followed behind by lanes 1 and 2. Then 5, then 4. Dia closing in on the wall now. Lane 1 following shortly behind her. Finishing first to the wall, lane 3, then 1 on their first lap. Followed by lane 2. Lane 5, then lane 4. Alright, closing in on second lap now, the last lap. Lane 3, Dia Hopkins. Looks like we have lane 1 following after for second. It's a close battle here for third with lane 5 and 2. Looks like we got lane 5, then 2, followed by lane 4. Great swim. Closing it now, we have lane 4 to the wall. Great swim. Alright. We're on to heat 2. Girls 9-10, 50-meter breaststroke. Lane 1, Grand Falls Gators, Alex Leiber. Lane 2, from the Gators, we have Darcy Williams. Lane 3 from the Sea Lions, Holly Mercer. Lane 4 from the Grand Bank Sharks, Michaela Brinson. Lane 5 from the Wave Runners, Kate Sweetland. And Lane 6 from the Wave Runners, Josie Batcock. Okay, they're hopping up now. Oh, we have a false start here. So now hop up again. Alright, we're going for our second start now. Alright, starting again for the second start. Hopping up to the block now. And they're off. Great swim here. It looks like we have lane 2 pulling ahead. Lane 1 catching up on her as they approach their wall for their first lap. Followed shortly after by lane 3, 4, 5, then 6. Lane 2 finishing to the wall first, followed by lane 1. We have 3 and 4 touching. Alright, closing on their second lap now. Lane 2, Darcy Williams touching the wall first. Close battle for second and third here. Looks like we got lane 1, then 4. Lane 3, followed by 5 and 6. Great swim. Now moving on to heat 3. Lane 1 from the Piranhas, we have Maeve Field. Lane 2 from the Bluefins, we have Alice McKenna. Lane 3 from the Gators, we have Emma Pitcher. Lane 4 from the Bluefins, we have Lila Razzle. Lane 5 from the Bluefins, Sky Keefe. And lane 6 from the Bluefins, Ireland Donahue. Again, I apologize for any mispronunciations of names. Alright, they're hopping up now. And they're off. Pulling ahead here, looks like lane 2. Alice McKenna. Shortly after by lane 3. Pitching up. Lane 3 and the pitcher. Followed by lane 4, Lila Razzle. It's like a touch here between lane 2 and 3. Flying lane 4 and 5. 1 and 6. Very close race here for first, second, and third. Very close. Neck and neck. Looks like we got lane 4 here pulling ahead. Lila Razzle pulling ahead. Looks like we got lane 4, 3. Then 2. Finishing at the wall. First, second, third. Going close after lane 5. Alright, closing in on the wall now. We have lane 1 and 6. Closing in now. Here we go, both finishing to the wall. Great swim. Alright, we're moving on to heat 4 now. Second last breaststroke for the girls 9 and 10. 4 in lane 1 from the Bluefins, we have Jada Freak. Lane 2 from the Wave Runners, we have Eve Harris. Lane 3 from the Bluefins, Silver Suckless. Lane 4 from the Gators, Avery Parsons. Lane 5 from the Piranhas, Jenna Cullahall. Lane 6 from the Bluefins, we have Macy Butt. Alright, they're hopping up now to the block. And they're off. Got lane 3 here, pulling ahead off the start. Silver Suckless. A close after by lane 4 and 1. Lane 5 and 6. Closing out the first lap now. Looks like we have Silver Stuckless, followed by lane 4, Avery Parsons. Lane 1, Jada Freak. In lane 5, Jenna Cullahaw, followed by lane 6, Macy Bott. Sorry, lane 1, Jada Freak. Alright, closing out on the second lap now. Looks like we have Silver Stuckless pulling ahead here, followed by lane 4. Close race to the wall here. Lane 5, Jenna Cullahaw. Lane 1, Jada Freak. Followed by lane 6, Macy Bott. There we go, great swim. Now moving on to our last heat. Heat 5 of the girls 9-10 50-meter breaststroke. Lane 1 from the Wave Runners, we have Mallory Buckle. Lane 2 from the Sea Lions, we have Jordan Sims. Lane 3 from the Sea Lions, Beth Bartlett. Lane 4 from the Sea Lions, Priya Delaney. Lane 5 from the Bluefins, Nevaeh Sims. And lane 6 from the Gators, we have Sadie Hurley. And they're off. Pulling ahead there looks like lane 3 off the start. Closing out of first lap now, lane 3 touching first. Followed by lane 4, then 2. Following lane 5, then 1, 6. Alright, closing on second lap now. Lane 3, Beth Bartlett. It's like touching first. Lane 4, then finishing after. Priya Delaney. Followed by lane 2, Jordan Sims. And lane 5, Nevaeh Sims. Lane 6, Sadie Hurley. Sorry, then lane 1, Mallory Buckle. Then lane 6, Sadie Hurley. Great swim. Now moving on to event 62, boys 9-10, 50-meter breaststroke. Record holder for this event is Paul Travers, set in 1975 with a time of 50:40. Starting off with heat 1. Lane 1 from the Wave Runners, we have Benjamin Osman. Lane 2 from the Bluefins, we have Owen Pinkson. Lane 3 from the Sea Lions, Nicholas Dawson. Lane 4 from the Marlins, Charlie Tobin. Lane 5 from the Bluefins, Timothy Stuckless. Alright, they're hopping up to the block now. I think we have a false start. We'll try that again. Alright, we'll start again. Starting again now. Close battle here for first and second between lane 2 and 3. Owen Pinkston and Nicholas Dawson. Looks like we have lane 3 touching the wall first, followed by lane 2 on their first lap. Next followed by lane 4, then 5, then 1. Okay, closing in on their last lap now. Lane 3, Nicholas Dawson. Looks like touching first. Followed by lane 2, Owen Pinkson. Charlie Tobin, lane 4. And following lane 5, Timothy Stuckfuss. Lane 1, Benjamin Osmond. Alright, great swim. Let's be a minute or two here. We're going to move on to our heat 2 of the boys 9, 10, 50 meter breaststroke. Lane 1 from the Sea Lions, we have Liam Morrissey. Lane 2, also from the Sea Lions, Caleb Brown. Lane 3 from Sea Lions, Rogan Duty. Lane 4 from the Bluefins, Carter Chapman. Lane 5 from the Sea Lions, Seth Hussey. And lane 6 from the Wave Runners, Sullivan Power. Alright, hopping up now. And they're off. Off the start, lane 3 pulling ahead there, followed close after by lane 4, Carter Chapman. Lane 3, Rowan Duty pulling ahead. Touching the wall first, lane 3, followed by lane 4. Lane 1, 2, 5, then 6. Closing on the last lap now. Lane 3 finishing, Rogan Duty. And following, lane 4, Carter Chapman. Close battle here for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Means lane 1, 2, and 5. Lanes 2 and 5 here. Looks like lane 5 finishing next. Then 2, then 1, followed by 6. Ready to swim. Alright, move on to the last heat, heat 3 of event 62, boys 9-10, 50-meter breaststroke. In lane 1 from the sea lines, we have Gibson McHugh. Lane 2 from the Bluefins, Lincoln Budgell. Lane 3 from the sea lines, Mason Ackerman. Lane 4 from the sea lines, Joel Seymour. Lane 5 from the Bluefins, Jamie Harris. And lane 6 from the Marlins, Liam Brown. And getting up to the block now. And they're off. Pulling ahead right off the get-go here, but it looks like lane 3. Followed by lane 4, then 2. Then lane 5 and 1, followed by 6. Touching wild first, lane 3. Close battle here between lane 2 and 4. Second and third. Next following lane 5 and lane 1, lane 6 on the first lap. Alright, closing in on the wall here now. Lane 3, Mason Ackerman. Following after Joel Seymour in lane 4. Lane 2, Lincoln Budgell. In lane 5, Jamie Harris. Next, lane 1, Gibson McHugh. Following Liam Brown in lane 6. Great swim, boys. Move on to our next event now. Event 63. Girls 11-12 50-meter breaststroke. Record holder for this event, Ashley Drover, set in 1997 with a time of 39:72. It's a larger event. We have 7 heats for this one. So we'll start off with our first heat. Heat 1. In lane 2 from the Gators, we have Kate Williams. Lane 3 from the Gators, we have Kinsley Williams. In lane 4 from the Wade Runners, we have Shakira Russell. And they're off. Very close race here. Close battle here between lanes 2 and 3 and 4. On the first lap, looks like we have lanes 2 followed by lane 3, then 4 touching on their first lap. All right. Closing in on her second lap. The last one. Lane 3. Kinsley Williams pulling ahead. Kinsley touching first. Close battle here for second and third. Very, very close. It's hard to tell. Very close finish here between Shakira Russell and Kate Williams. Okay, moving on to heat 2 of the girls 11-12 50-meter breaststroke. In lane 2, in the bluefins, we have Cadence Keefe. Lane 3 from the wave runners, we have Jordan Budgell. Lane 4 from the bluefins, we have Olivia Dix. And in lane 5 from the sea lions, we have Don Franny. All right, they're hopping up to the block now. And they're off. Great start by all swimmers. Looks like we have lane 4, followed shortly behind by lane 2, battling for first on the first lap, followed by lane 5 and 3. Olivia Dix, lane 4, pulling ahead on her first lap, touching first, followed by lane 5, then 2, then 3 on their first lap. All right, closing on the last lap now. Olivia Dix in lane 4, touching first, followed by lane 5, Don Franny. Following next, we have lane 2, Cadence Keefe, then lane 3, Jordan Budgell. Great swim. Now move on to our heat 3 of 7. Girls, 11-12, 50-meter breaststroke. In lane 1 from the Sea Lions, we have Sophie Mercer. Lane 2 from the Sea Lions, Molly Brown. Lane 3 from the Bluefins, Faith Roberts. Lane 4 from the Sea Lions, Madison Dyke. Lane 5 from the Gators, Ava Langdon. And lane 6 from the Piranhas, Addie Babstock. And they're off. Great start there by lane 5. Lane 5 here pulling ahead. Ava Langdon. Ava Langdon touching the wall first, followed by Faith. Then lanes 2 and 1. Then 4. Then 6. Lane 3, Faith Roberts. Looking to make a push. Lane 5 here. Ava Langdon touching the wall first. Next following, lane 3, Faith Roberts. Close battle for third, fourth, and fifth here between lane 4, 2, and 1. Hard to tell who finished first there. And following lane 6. Alright, great swim. Now move on to heat 4. Lane 1 from the Bluefins, we have Lucy Hollow. Lane 2 from the Sea Lions, we have Avery Smith. Lane 3 from the Sea Lions, Josie Canning. Lane 4 from the Bluefins, Callie Blanchard. Lane 5 from the Sea Lions, Shauna Rowe. And then lane 6 from the Sea Lions, Gracie Harrington. And they're off. Very good start by all swimmers. All neck and neck. Looks like we have lane 5 touching first on the first lap. Very close touches there on the first lap. Pulling ahead, looks like lane 5 closing on their second lap. Followed closely after by lane 4, Callie Blanchard. Lanes 5, 4. Then finishing lane 2 and 3. Then looks like we have lane 6, then 1. Great swim. Now move on to heat 5 of 7. Girls, 11, 12, 50-meter breaststroke. Lane 1, Sea Lions, Ava Martin. Lane 2 from the Marlins, Emma Hannaran. Lane 3 from the Sea Lions, Haven McHugh. Lane 4 from the Bluefins, Carly Chapman. Lane 5 from the Sea Lions, Willa Petton. Lane 6 from the Gators, Paris Power. Alright, they're hopping up now. And they're off. It looks like we have a false start here. We'll try that again. Alright, try this again now. Hopping up on the block. And they're off. Very close race here. Battle here between lane 4, 3, and 1. First, second, and third. Looks like we have lane 3, followed by lane 4, then 1, then 2, then 5, then 6, touching the wall on the first lap. All right, closing on her second lap now. Carly Chapman are making a push at the last second. Lane 4, Carly Chapman. Looks like we have lane 4, then 3. And lane 5, then 1, then 2, then lane 6. Great swim. All right, we'll move on to heat 6 of 7. Girls 11-12, 50-meter breaststroke. Lane 1 from the Wave Runners, we have Ella Jones. Lane 2 from the Bluefins, Kaylee Osmond. Lane 3 from the Wave Runners, Maya Osmond. Lane 4 from the Bluefins, Caroline Wells. Lane 5 from the Sea Lions, Lorelei Norman. Lane 6 from the Dolphins, Kira Tucker. All right, hopping up now. Oh, looks like we have a false start here. Try that again. All right, we'll try that again now. Again, we have Ella Jones in lane 1. Lane 2, Kaylee Osmond. Lane 3, Maya Osmond. Lane 4, Caroline Wells. Lane 5, Lorelei Norman. And lane 6, Kira Tucker. All right. Very close battle here for first, second, and third. Take out lane 2, pushing ahead here. Kaylee Osmond. Very close finish here. Looks like we have lane 2, then 4, then 3. Followed by lane 6, then 5, then 1. Again, these are not official results. All right, we're now moving on to our last heat of the girls 11-12 50-meter breaststroke. Lane 1, we have Rebecca Hamilton from the Gators. Lane 2, Madison Linthorne from the Sea Lions. Lane 3, Abigail Wiseman from the Marlins. Lane 4, Leah Butler. Lane from the Wave Runners. Lane 5 from the Wave Runners, we have Sarah Coates. And lane 6 from the Sea Lions, Alex Andrews. They're off here now. Lane 3 pulling ahead here, Abigail Wiseman. Abigail touching the wall first. Followed by lane 2, then 1. Lane 3 pulling ahead here on the second lap. finishing first, lane 3. Then a very good push by lane 4. Next following lane 2. Then 5. Then 1. Then 6. Alright, now on to our next event. The boys 11-12 50-meter breaststroke. Record holder for this event is Michael Hogan, set in 1992 with a time of 40:41. We have 4 heats for this one, and in our first one, lane 1 from the Wave Runners, we have James Primer. Lane 2 from the Sea Lions, Preston Sims. Lane 3 from the Marlins, Andre Fitzpatrick. Lane 4 from the Sea Lions, Luke Crane. Lane 5 from the Wave Runners, Luke Evans. And lane 6 from the Marlins, we have Ethan Pike. And they're off. Looks like we have lane 2 here, pulling on ahead. Lane 2 finishing to the wall first. Followed by lane 1, then 3, and 4. And touch there for 5 and 6. Lane 2 closing in on his last lap here now. Lane 2, Preston Sims. Rest closing in now. So we have lane 4 finishing next. Followed by lane 3, then lane 1. Followed by lane 5, then 6. Great swim. Move on to heat 2 now. Of the boys 11-12 50-meter breaststroke. In lane 1 from the Sea Lions, we have Alex Hussey. Lane 2 from the Bluefins, Hayden Carter. Lane 3 from the Bluefins, Caleb Whalen. And in lane 4 from the Gators, we have William Carter. Again, that's Alex Hussey, lane 1. Lane 2, Hayden Carter. Lane 3, Caleb Whalen. And lane 4, William Carter. All right. Getting started now with heat 2. And they're off. Great start there by all swimmers. Look like we have lane 3, Caleb Whalen, leading the pack here. Followed by lane 4, William Carter. Then lane 2, Hayden Carter. Followed by lane 1, Alex Hussey. Caleb touching the wall first. followed by William, then Hayden, then Alex. All right, closing on the last lap here. Caleb touching first, followed by lane 4, William Carter. William with a good push at the end there. Following lane 2, Hayden Carter. Lane 1, Alex Hussey. Great swim. Now we're moving on to Heat 3. Boys 11-12, 50-meter breaststroke. Lane 1 from the Bluefins, we have Mason Patey. Lane 2 from the Gators, we have Caleb Jewer. Lane 3 from the Bluefins, Liam Pinkston. Lane 4 from the Sea Lions, Griffin Mercer. Lane 5 from the Sea Lions, Max Colburn. And lane 6 from the Bluefins, Ashton Higdon. Looks like we have a false start here. Try it again. All right, popping up now. And they're off. Liam Pinkston here, pulling ahead right off the start. Followed by lane 4, then 5, then 6, then 1. Liam touching the wall first. Followed by Griffin. Then Max. Then Ashton. Then Mason. Liam closing in. Strong finish. Followed shortly after by Griffin Mercer in lane 4. Touching next, lane 4. Touching next, looks like we have lane 5 and 6, followed by lane 1. Great swim. All right, moving on to our last heat of the boys. 11-12, 50-meter breaststroke. It's heat 4. Lane 1 from the Bluefins, we have Keegan Harris. Lane 2 from the Sea Lions, Charlie Dawson. Lane 3 from the Sea Lions, Neil Hardy. Lane 4 from the Piranhas, Miguel Davington. Lane 5 from the Bluefins, Gavin Bennett, and lane 6 from the Sea Lions, Jacob Efford. And they're off. Lane 3, Neil Hardy, pulling ahead there off the start. Very close race here. Neil touching first at the wall, followed by lane 4, 5, then 1. Alright, closing in. Last lap here now. Neil Hardy touching first, followed by lane 4, Miguel. Lane 2, Charlie Dawson. In lane 5, Gavin Bennett. A close finish there between lane 1 and 6, Keegan Harris and Jacob Efford. Okay, moving on to event 65. Girls 13, 14, 50 meter breaststroke. Record holder for this event is Ashley Drover, set in 1999 with a time of 38:01. Alright, event 65, girls 13, 14, 50 meter breaststroke. Again, we have heat 1 here from the Marlins, Isabel Spencer. Lane 3 from the Marlins, Regan Walsh. Alright. Touching first looks like lane 3, followed by lane 4 shortly after. Alright, very close race here between the two Marlins. Alright, finishing up here. Looks like we have lane 3 touching first, followed by lane 2. Alright. Moving on to heat 2 now. The girls 13, 14, 50 meter breaststroke. Lane 1 from the Sea Lions, we have Kaylee Morgan. Lane 2 from the Sea Lions, Paige Cormier. Lane 3 from the Bluefins, Cadence Culpepper. Lane 4 from the Sea Lions, Leah Reed. Lane 5 from the Gators, Adriana Ducey. Lane 6 from the Sea Lions, Lily French. And they're off. Great start by the swimmers. We have lane 1 pushing ahead here. Lane 3 now. Cadence pushing ahead at the wall, touching first, followed by lane 2, 5, 4, and 1. Then lane 6. Lane 1 pulling ahead now on the second lap here. So you have first finish from lane 3, then 5, then 4, then 2, then 1, then 6. Alright, moving on to our next heat here, heat 3. Lane 2 from the Bluefins, Lucy Budgel. Lane 3 from the Sea Lions, Ella Akerman. Lane 4 from the Gators, Jordan Dobson. Lane 5 from the Bluefins, Jayla Harris. And lane 6 from the Gators, Kathleen Jewer. They're off here now. Lane 3 here, looks like they're pulling ahead, Ella Akerman. Lane 3 touching the wall first. Then 5, then 2, 4, 6. Great finish. Great swim. Now move on to our last heat of the girls 13-14, 50-meter breaststroke. Heat 4, lane 1 from the Bluefins, we have Olivia Parsons. Lane 2 from the Gators, we have Janae Linfield. Lane 3 from the Sea Lions, we have Hannah Dawson. Lane 4 from the Gators, Charlotte Bombas. Lane 5 from the Gators, Allie Hamlin. And lane 6 from the Sea Lions, Bridget Howie. Not sure if I pronounced that correctly. And they're off. Oh, looks like we have a false start here. Try that again. All right. Try this again now. Hopping up on the block now. And they're off. Very good start here. Very close race here now. Lane 3 pulling ahead here. Hannah Dawson to approach the wall on their first lap. Lane 3 touching first. Very close between 1, 2, 5, and followed by lane 6. 4. All right, closing in on our last lap here now. Lane 3, pulling ahead. Lane 3 touching first. Followed by lane 4. And looks like we have lane 1, then 2, then 5, then 6. All right, we're going to move on to event 66 now. Boys 13-14, 50-meter breaststroke. Record holder for this event is Noah Bruce with a time of 36:57. Its record was set in 2016. All right, heat 1 now. Lane 2 from the Bluefins, we have Colby Chapman. Lane 3 from the Sea Lions, Ben Parsons. Lane 4 from the Wave Runners, Cade Knives. And lane 5 from the Gators, Ethan Pitcher. And they're off here now. Very close race here. Touching the wall first looks like 3, followed by lane 2, then 4, then 5. Very close race. All right. Closing in on their last lap now. Very close race. Lane 5 looking to make a push here at the last second. Looks like we have lane 3, then 5, then 4, then 2. Again, these results are unofficial. Great swim. Now move on to heat 2 of the boys 13-14, 50-meter breaststroke. In lane 1 from the St. Anthony Dolphins, we have Harry McGrath. Lane 2 from the Bluefins, Ryder Pinkson. Lane 3 from the Wave Runners, Michael Hiscock. Lane 4 from the Gators, Nigel Powell. And lane 5 from the Sea Lions, Ryan Parsons. And they're off. Great underwater swim there by lane 3. Lane 3 touching the wall first, followed by lane 4, then 2, then 1, and 5. All right, closing on the last lap here now. Lane 3 touching, then 4, then 2, then 5, then 1. All right, great swim. We'll now move on to our last heat of boys 13-14, 50-meter breaststroke. Lane 1 from the Wave Runners, we have James Hancock. Lane 2 from the Marlins, William Evans. Lane 3 from the Sea Lions, Ashton Heerley. Lane 4 from the Gators, Dawson Poole. And lane 5 from the Wave Runners, John Lynch. And they're off. Lane 3 here, pulling ahead off the start. Ashton Heerley. Lane 3 touching the wall first, followed by 2, 5, then 4, then 1. All right, closing on the last lap here now. Lane 3 touching first. Next following, lane 5, then lane 2, then 4, then 1. Great swim. We'll now move into the girls 15-16 meter breaststroke. Record holder for this event is Ashley Drover, set in 2001 with a time of 1:26:37. Heat 1 here. Lane 1 from the Bluefins, we have Brooklyn Heath. Lane 2 from the Bluefins, Caitlin Morgan. Lane 3 from the Sea Lions, Bridget Bishop. Lane 4 from the Wave Runners, Jocelyn Coates. Lane 5 from the Dolphins, Kaylee Tucker. Very close start here. We have lane 3 coaching the wall first, followed by lane 2, 4 and 5, then 1. All right, closing out our second lap now. Lane 3 touching the wall first, followed by lane 2, then 5, then 4, followed by lane 1. All right, closing on the third lap here now, the wall. Lane 3 touching first, then 2, 4, and 5, and 1. All right, closing on our last lap here now. Lane 2 looking to make a push here. Push here by Caitlin Morgan. And lane 4. Big push here at the last second here. Very strong finish. Looks like we got lane 4 finishing first, then 2, then 3, then 5, then 1. Very good swim there with the last second push. All right. Move on to our last heat now of event 67, girls 15-16 meter breaststroke. Heat 2, lane 1 from the Bluefins, we have Ellie Quigley. Lane 2 from the Wave Runners, Leah Wiseman. Lane 3 from the Bluefins, Hannah Chapman. Lane 4 from the Sea Lions, Sophie Drover. Lane 5 from the Gators, Sarah Campbell. Lane 6 from the Dolphins, we have Sarah Young. Great underwater swim by all swimmers here at the start. Very close race here on the first lap. I think we have lane 1 here, Ellie Quigley. Pulling ahead to the wall here. Lane 1 and 3 touching first, followed by lane 4, 5, 2, then 6. All right. Closing in on our second lap now. Lane 3 touching, then 5, then 4, then 1, then 6, then 2. All right. Approaching our third lap now. Lane 3 touching, followed by lane 1, then 5, then 4, then 6, then 2. All right. Closing in now on the finish. Lane 3, Anna Chapman. Touching first. Following after, we have lane 5, then lane 1, then lane 4. Then we have lane 6, then 2. All right, we're going to move on to our next event now. Event 68, boys 15-16, 100-meter breaststroke. Record holder for this event is Justin Dyke, set in 2000 with a time of 1:19:21. Starting off with our first heat here. Lane 2 from the Gators, Nathan Poole. Lane 3 from the Bluefins, Cameron Sanders. Lane 4 from the Sea Lions, Ryan Sims. Lane 5 from the Gators, we have Ben Luscombe. And they're off. All right. Very close race here. Looks like we have Cameron Sanders in lane 3 touching first, followed by lane 4, then 5, then 2. All right. Approaching our second lap now. Looks like we have lane 3 touching first, followed by lane 4, then 5, then 2. All right, lane 3 touching the wall first on his third lap. Then touching lane 4, then 5, then lane 2. All right, Cameron Sanders here in lane 3, touching first. Following, then we have lane 4, Ryan Sims. Then lane 5, Ben Luscombe. And lane 2, Nathan Poole. Great swim. We'll move on to our heat 2 now with the boys 15-16 100-meter breaststroke. Lane 2 from the Sea Lions, we have Jack Hardy. Lane 3 from the Sea Lions, we have Noah Dawson. Lane 4 from the Gators, we have Wesley Carter. Lane 5 from the Sea Lions, Marcus Daw. All right, we'll try that again. They're off. Lane 3 here, pulling ahead off the start. Noah Dawson. Lying shortly behind, lane 2 and 4. And 5. 3 touching the wall first, then 2, then 4, then 5. All right, touching second lap, lane 3, then 2, then 4, 5. All right, touching on our third lap, lane 3 first, then lane 2, then 4, following lane 5. All right, approaching the finish here now. We have lane 3 finishing first, Noah Dawson. Then lane 4, then lane 2, then lane 5. Again, these results are unofficial. Next, we'll move on to our next event, event 69, girls 17 18 100-meter breaststroke. Record holder for this event is Ashley Jover, set in 2003, with a time of 1:22:23. Heat 1 of 2. Lane 2 from the Bluefins, we have Gabrielle Has. Lane 3 from the Gators, Claire Bombas. Lane 4 from the Bluefins, Sienna Chapman. Lane 5 from the Bluefins, Paige Clark. Approaching their wall for their first lap here now. Looks like we have lane 3 touching the wall first, followed by lane 2, then 4, then 5. Closing on their second lap now. We have lane 3 touching first, followed by lane 2, then 4, then 5. All right, touching the wall first is lane 3, followed by lane 2, then 4, then 5. Okay, closing in on the last lap here now. Lane 3 finishing first. Next following, lane 4, then 2, then 5. All right, moving on to our last heat of girls 17 18 100-meter breaststroke. Lane 2 from the Marlins, Regan Strang. Lane 3 from the Sea Lions, Jessica Mercer. Lane 4 from the Bluefins, Chelsea Keogh. And lane 5 from the Wave Runners, Emily Lynch. All right, we'll try that again. And they're off. Very close off the start here. Closing in on the first lap now. It looks like we have lane 4 touching first, then 3, then 2, then 5. Very close though, hard to tell. All right. On the second lap, lane 4, then 3, then 2, then 5, touching. All right. Lanes 3 and 4 touching close at the wall, followed by 2, then 5. approaching their last lap here. We have lane 3 touching first, then lane 4, then 2, then 5. So lane 3, 4, 2, then 5. All right. I think that's it for the morning session. This afternoon we have breaststroke finals as well as medley relays. So we'll see you all after lunch.